Will XRP add $30 trillion of value to the global economy? Stay to the end, we're about to find out. XRP is sitting at 36 cents. And I got some comments asking, why is XRP's price depreciating even though Ripple is partnering with so many new significant partners? And I'm going to dive right into that after my daily manifestation. And then I'm going to encourage you guys to manifest something too. I will be a billionaire that can dunk through consistent research and training. I will be a billionaire that can dunk through consistent research and training. I will be a billionaire that can dunk through consistent research and training. Now I encourage you all to manifest something for yourself to help improve your lives. Moving on, to answer the question, XRP, why is the price dropping? I don't think we will get price appreciation for XRP or any other tokens until there is institutional adoption, and we will not have that until regulations are clearly set in the United States, the place where the world reserve currency resides. Everyone wants to be second to adopt new technology and not first to reduce significant risk for themselves. Yes, central and commercial banks and large institutions all over the world are on board and downloading RippleNet's APIs and participating in pilot runs with billions of dollars of transactions. But no more than that. Their trillions of dollars of foreign exchange and securities contracts will not enter the market until rules are set and risk is reduced. Guys, it is only a matter of time. And right now, we have an opportunity before this money is invested to purchase XRP at extremely low prices. Not financial advice, but please be aware. Furthermore, down here, I said the price depreciation was caused by over-leveraged FTX, the same problem the rest of the market is going through. And I'll be talking more about liquidity later in the episode. The difference with XRP is that it has not depreciated as much as the rest of the market. Gold Telegraph tweets out, Bank of England Deputy Governor says the UK may need digital pound. The Deputy Governor said FTX's collapse highlights the need for more oversight of digital assets. Legislation being considered in Parliament would set up regulations for crypto as financial instruments and give UK regulators, including the Bank of England, more control over the sector. If the bill becomes law, the Bank of England would regulate firms that issue stablecoins, which are digital tokens whose value is pegged to stable assets like the US dollar. The central bank will kick off a consultation on stablecoins next year that will look at the requirements for corporate structure, governance, accountability, and transparency necessary to meet the standards expected in other parts of the financial system. The FTX example underlines how important these aspects are. The Bank of England has also been exploring issuing a digital pound. Its work on a digitally native pound is driven by trends in payment, including the reducing role of cash and more generally in the increasing digitization of daily life. We are not prepared to see innovation at the cost of higher risk, right? Everyone wants to be second, not first. Watcher Guru tweets out a similar story, but with a little different information. The fall of the FTX exchange, speeding up cryptocurrency regulations around the globe. The more they market the fall of the FTX exchange, the more leverage they have when creating regulations to benefit themselves the most. New technologies might revolutionize financial services and the forms that money takes. Recently, lawmakers in the UK decided to acknowledge cryptocurrencies as regulated goods and financial instruments. The inclusion of stablecoins in the new bill was approved by the House of Commons as well. Gold Telegraph tweets out, Deutsche Bank is warning default rates on US leveraged loans will hit a near record high of 11.3% in 2024. Do you still believe we don't have trouble in paradise? We're all in for a bumpy ride, and I'm going to explain my theory right now about liquidity and credit freezing, and how XRP may be the solution to the global liquidity problem. The credit market is freezing. Basically, there are no buyers, only sellers. The debt market is interconnected, and companies raise money and expand their operations through something called a corporate bond. If there are no investors or buyers of your bond, what happens? If you took on too much debt or risk when times were good, right, when interest rates were low, then you risk defaulting or bankruptcy now. In addition, businesses are being squeezed due to 8% CPI, but inflation is more like 20% in real terms, and this is caused by the rapid increase in the money supply since 1970, but exponentially since 2020. This means companies need to offer investors at least 8% on their corporate bond. but probably more than that if they're actually going to accept it. This is just not realistic for most companies. Like, how can anyone afford to pay up to 20% on billion or trillion dollar loans? It's just not realistic. We are living in an environment now where most businesses have debt to equity ratios greater than 100%. This means if a business was to pay back 100% of their loans today, then they would not have enough money to do so, and they would be forced to default or declare bankruptcy. In the current environment, if a company that owes you money does not pay you back, then it's likely that that company was dependent on that money to pay back other loans, and so on until many dominoes begin to fall. This can also happen on a country level. The governments of Sri Lanka and Pakistan and Argentina have gone bankrupt, and the risk category in buying their bonds is just too high for central banks, commercial banks, or even most private lenders due to their low liquidity situations. It turns out that everyone's in the same boat, guys, except for organizations like the IMF, right? The International Monetary Fund, who is able, even in this low liquidity situation, to give emergency loans to Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Argentina with special conditions and very high interest rates since they were their absolute last resort. Right now, we're experiencing a liquidity freeze. Everyone is stuck with risk of defaulting. Central banks, including the Federal Reserve, are therefore in a really difficult position. The Federal Reserve has two mission statements: to maintain high employment and ensure the stability of the dollar. If interest rates stay where they are, then businesses will bankrupt in a massive chain reaction deleveraging event. And if they lower interest rates and go back to quantitative easing, then they will need to print exponentially more money than in 2020 to patch up the economy again. And that will surely cause global hyperinflation. There is, however, a third option to prolong this casino that we call an economy. But to explain that, I need to quickly explain what fractional reserve lending is. So let me just think for a second. The banking system has always been reliant on fractional reserve lending since the 1600s. The concept is that banks will take a portion of their customers' deposits and lend them out to earn interest. However, issues arise after years of this system being abused. In today's illiquid world, banks loan out at least 90% of your deposit. In the past, high interest rate and low liquidity environments led to distrust in the system and something called bank runs, where everyone would line up outside of the bank to get their cash out. But they didn't have anyone's money because it was being lent out to pay back other loans. This is what happens when everyone wants their money at the same time. And similar to what's happening today with FTX and other crypto exchanges that have canceled withdrawals. Today, most of your money are numbers in a computer system, and cash is actually rarely used. But here's the crazy part. Banks aren't just lending out 90% of your money. They're also using 20 times leverage to maximize their profits. When there's a sudden drop in asset prices, like what's going on today, then loans begin to liquidate and everyone owes each other money, and there is a liquidity freeze. Now, here's where things get crazy. XRP may be the third option for central banks to fix or prolong the current system, as opposed to printing trillions of dollars, which would cause global hyperinflation. XRP paired with central bank digital currencies allow banks to move money at the speed of light compared to multiple days like in the current system. This means that they can prove to lenders that they can source liquidity about 1,000 times faster, which would significantly lower their liquidation price targets on their 20 times leveraged loans, and they would be able to reduce the amount that is needed to pay back their debt. In addition, the Global Banking Correspondent Network owns something called Nostro accounts, worth over $30 trillion. These accounts are for settling the balance of funds if a payment takes too long or gets quote unquote lost as it travels across the world, which highlights how inefficient the current system is. By the way, about 10% of payments get quote unquote lost before it reaches its destination. But by using XRP, the $30 trillion Nostro fund is no longer required, and that value will materialize elsewhere in the economy, basically saving the day with an incredible jump in technological efficiency. Wow, what a rant. Moving on. Watcher Guru tweets out, JP Morgan officially registers a cryptocurrency wallet trademark. Let's dive in here. It's called the JP Morgan wallet, and it supports virtual currency transfers, exchanges, and cryptocurrency payment processing. Bitcoin exchange services via newly developed trademark. Guys, cryptocurrency is here to stay. Registered for virtual currency transfers, plus exchange, crypto payment processing, virtual checking accounts, and financial services. The registration grants JP Morgan Wallet the ability to provide services regarding cryptocurrency transactions on a blockchain, exchange cryptocurrency, payment processing through credit or cash cards, and the creation and management of checking accounts that operate virtually. Consequently, the volatility has followed the devastation of FTX, one of the cryptocurrency market's biggest exchange platforms. Continued expansion into the virtual currency market. Notice how they're starting to call them virtual currency. Cryptocurrency is titled to sound sketchy in the first place, and it'll be associated with a whole bunch of scam projects. Tokens with real world utility will be known as virtual currencies. Largest American banks in terms of total assets is now embracing the currency. Guys, cryptocurrency is here to stay. The next phase is for your bank to custody cryptocurrencies. BYN Mellon launches new digital asset custody platform. Mark my words, 99% of people will not invest in cryptocurrency until their bank is able to custody it for them, which is happening right now. BNY Mellon announced today, this is back on October 11th, that its digital asset custody platform is live in the US with select clients now able to hold and transfer Bitcoin and Ether, right? So Bitcoin and Ether, they're here to stay. XRP here to stay. Not financial advice, this is my well-researched opinion. ISO 20022 tokens are here to stay. Almost all institutional investors, 91% are interested in investing in tokenized products. All over the world, 91% of institutions are just waiting for regulation so that they can invest in tokenized products. Lastly, here's another huge warning about these sketchy crypto exchanges. Get your coins off these shady exchanges, guys. Breaking: AAX exchange announced automatic liquidation of AAX future positions. Get your crypto out of here, if possible, ASAP. If possible, right? Mr. Whale tweets out, breaking: Nexo sued by investors blocked from cashing in on 107 million crypto holdings. Guys, get your crypto off these exchanges. If you need a cold storage wallet that's reliable, there's a link in the description. But one thing is for sure, do not trust anybody with your crypto. Remember guys, you are already healthy, you are already wealthy, and you're already free, and nothing the new system can do can take that away from you as long as you keep that mindset. It's not about becoming wealthy off of investing into crypto assets. It's about who are you going to become when you become wealthy from investing into crypto assets. Please remember that and hold that close to your hearts, and I will see you guys tomorrow.